Well, I see there are no, no tablets. All right, we all set? We got a core, 1, 2, yeah, we got a core. Good morning. Welcome to the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kinlock,
Present.
Commissioner Garza,
Here.
Commissioner Clementi,
Present.
Commissioner Dobb,
Here.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Here,
You have a quorum present.
thank you. Next item,
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none.
C, approval of the October 9th, 2024 meeting minutes.
I have a motion.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Support.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Garza, supported by Commissioner Clemente. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Okay, next.
Item 1, under new business, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 2-year contract with 1 2-year option to renew with Lake Ridge Village to continue to provide community-based residential rehabilitation, treatment, and services for adult offenders who remain in the criminal justice system and are homeless or diagnosed with mental health or substance use disorders.
Okay, Jerome. Please, front and center.
Jerome Picorni, Sheriff Administration. Before you is an amendment to a contract with Lake Ridge Village. It's a residential rehabilitation treatment, community-based rehabilitation residential centers. There are 3 other such providers. One was Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries, which was an amendment that came through and was approved earlier in October. So this is basically the same thing. This amendment enacts the renewal period of 2 years from the original contract. So this renewal period goes from April of 2024 through 2026. The per diem rate has stayed the same at $50.50. The maximum amount of compensation for the renewal period is $140,000. This was delayed due to ongoing collaborations on the modifications to the contract requirements and the scope of services. This was due to getting a more detailed billing requirements into the contract to avoid some of the billing discrepancies that also delayed this contract earlier. Program's key goal is to identify and divert inmates with mental health and substance abuse disorders from incarceration using alternatives such as treatment programs, mental health services, and other forms of community-based support. This is at the sole discretion of the county on an as-needed basis, and we have not utilized any of these services since the ending of the original contract, and there are no outstanding bills.
So then it would not be a, wouldn't be retro,
We have not used any of the services, correct?
would not be retro. Committee members, it's not retro. Okay, all right. So now this is a, this is a residential, vendor that provides services when they leave the jail.
Correct, as when they're released on a, I want to get the word here. Administrative jail release.
And they have no place to go.
Correct.
So how long do they keep them here, or how long can they keep them here?
I believe in the new, there is a set amount. Let me see if it's listed in there.
Like 30 days or something?
Here it is, 45 days,
45 days?
but maybe extended an additional 2 weeks with prior authorization.
So
from the
they
chief of
could
jails.
stay there 2 months.
Yes,
And they stay there to get them ready to help them
Return to
find,
the outside.
return to, help them find jobs and provide them with the mental health.
correct.
That
And
they
substance
need.
abuse treatment as well.
Yes, okay. All right, so are there any questions on this item? Commissioner Dobb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In our packet, there's a note regarding the insurance requirements from Elmhurst and Team Wellness.
Insurance?
Yeah. Has that been resolved?
I know they're both still in the total contract management and so my assumption is they have not. They're still in
Okay.
draft status last I checked.
So
Okay.
you are talking about Lake Ridge Village?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Lake Ridge is its own provider. When I mentioned there was 3 other providers, 2 of the other providers are Team Wellness and Elmhurst. So they're separate contracts.
Oh, are there's, okay,
Yeah, but
those
that's
are
what I
separate
was
items.
confused. Because this is just
Yep.
Lake Ridge.
Okay.
They're not even on the agenda.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Karen, can I get a motion?
So moved, Madam Chair. Support.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Garza, supported by Commissioner Kinlock. Are there any questions on the motion? Commissioner Dobb, you got a question still? Okay,
No.
all right. Okay, all those in favor, please indicate by saying, well, I guess, let's see, this is,
Okay, just clarification.
Yeah,
if you
go
don't
ahead.
mind, Madam Chair.
go ahead.
So this is only for Lake Ridge Village. There's other ones, but we do not have them
Yes.
yet, even though they are in our packet. So the insurance part of it is fine with them. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries. Next item.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a grant agreement with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services for the fiscal year 2025 Crime Victim Rights Grant Award.
Okay, Tony, you're on.
Good morning through the chair. For the record, Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants and Community Relations for Prosecutor Kim Worthy's office. Madam Chair, I have items 2, 3, and 4. I'll take them in any way you wish.
You can take them all together, just.
Very well. Item E2 is a grant between Wayne County and the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services in the amount of $1,324,916 with no county match required. We like to hear that. It's for the fiscal year 2025 Crime Victims Rights Grant. This will pay for 11 victim advocates, 1 social worker, 1 project manager, and 2 department supervisors. The term will be from October the 1st of 2024 to September the 30th of 2025.
Okay,
You want me to entertain questions first before I go to the next?
yes, I do.
Thank you.
All
Are there any
right, so are
questions?
are there any questions on item number 2? Okay, Commissioner Garza.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just had a question about will this be covering new personnel or existing personnel?
No, it's covering existing personnel.
New personnel, thank you.
Yeah, and this is, I say it every time I'm here before this honorable body, that prosecutor goes as far out of her way as she can to get grants so that we don't put a strain on the general fund. And believe me, these grants are audited very carefully to make sure that the people who are being paid on that pertains to the grant.
And we do appreciate all of her hard work. We appreciate the fact that even if she doesn't have money in her budget, she goes out to find it. So we are very aware of her reputation.
She's amazing. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay, so are there any other questions on item number 3? Wait, 2,
No,
I'm
that
sorry,
was
2.
E2.
Mhm.
Yes.
Now you're gonna go to 3.
All right, may I?
Mhm.
E3 is a grant agreement between Wayne County and the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. The amount is $168,491, again with no county match required. This is for the fiscal year 2025 Sexual Assault Victim Rights Grant. It funds 2 sexual assault victim advocates for the task force, and the term would be the same as the previous grant, October 1 of 2024 to September 30th of 2025.
Okay. Are there any questions on these two sexual assault victim advocates for our county sexual assault kit task force? Any
These victim
questions?
advocates are generally not attorneys. They're usually social workers
Yeah,
that are assigned to help out the victims of these horrible crimes.
yes, and they need help. Okay, any questions on item number 3? Next item, Tony?
Item E4 is the fiscal year 2025 Auto Theft Prevention Authority grant between Wayne County and the Michigan State Police. The amount is $1,502,814. This will supplement the pay and benefits of prosecuting attorneys, two part-time project consultants, one clerical specialist, and one victim advocate. Kimworthy advises that 60%, the sum of $901,688.40, will come from the state, while 40%, that is $601,125.60, is the county match required. And this also would have a term from October 1 of 2024 to September 30th of 2025.
Okay. Any questions on?
I might want to advise the committee that this is a grant we've had before, and actually the state was generous to us. This would ordinarily, the amount would be split 50-50.
Mhm.
This year they agreed to the prosecutor twisting arms
60-40?
and getting us 60-40.
Good. We can use the 10%.
I think so.
Okay.
I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions on item number 4? Okay. Can I get a motion on it for item number 2, 3, and 4?
I'll make a motion for items 2, 3, and 4.
I'll support.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Clemente and supported by Commissioner Donald. Motion for 2, 3, and 4. Are there any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony. Okay, we move to our addenda.
Item 5 on the addenda, requesting commission approval of a 1-year grant agreement with the Michigan Department of State Police Emergency Management and Homeland Security Division.
Okay, who's here from Homeland Security?
Good morning. This is Ahmad Nasser, Finance Manager from Homeland Security.
What, who did you say again? I'm sorry.
My name is Ahmad Nasser, the Finance
Okay.
Manager of Homeland Security.
Okay,
Yeah, this grant is an Emergency Manager Performance Grant, and it is actually given by the state of Michigan to the Homeland Security Manager to help him with some expenses and to help cover percentage of a local emergency manager that's supporting the locality, keeping readiness and preparedness for any emergency. And in this case, we have Director Samer Jafer's salary. They only provided, usually it's around $70,000, but this year they only specified it between $24,000 or 11.417%, whichever is lower.
you said
Pardon?
you say in previous years or a year.
Yeah, last year. I mean, I'm talking
Okay,
about
last year,
FY
how
Yeah.
much did they provide last year?
$70,000, 70,000.
70. Okay, and this year they dropped to
24,000.
24?
Yeah. Each year
we
it
know-
depends on how much they specify within the state.
Each year it depends on what?
On the state decision. It's not our decision.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see. So, all right, so it just takes care of $24,261
That is correct. This is the
portion of
total
his
amount.
salary, and the county picks up the rest.
That is correct.
Okay, any
Anyway.
questions? Any questions?
Move approval, Madam Chair.
Properly moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Clemente. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Next item.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of a memorandum of understanding with the Michigan Department of Corrections to provide multifunction printers, devices to be used by the MDOC probation offices at various locations.
Okay. Ebony, you're on.
Good morning, through the chair, Ebony McCann, Department of Health, Human Veteran Services, Transition Services Division Director. The department is requesting approval of a memorandum of understanding between Wayne County and the Michigan Department of Corrections for their multifunction devices. As a component or pursuant to the State Assumption Act, the county is responsible for all rent, leases, supplies for the Michigan Department of Corrections. These multifunction devices fall up under that category. This memorandum of understanding is to prevent the exposure of any data that is stored on those devices in the event of a cyber incident. This is the first memorandum of understanding that we've had with MDOC for their multifunction devices, but in light of recent events, I think that it comes at a good time.
So, so they provide the security of these devices.
So they operate their machines on a separate server. So all MDOC multifunction devices are on an MDOC server, so they don't have access to the county server. However, in the event that there's ever a cyber incident, they want us, because these are machines that we cover the maintenance and lease for, they want us to pay for the wiping out of those machines prior to them being sent back to Canon if they ever need to go back to Canon.
Okay. Any questions on this item?
Madam Chair, move approval.
Properly moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Dobb. If there are no questions on the motion, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any objections? No objections, the motion passes.
Thank you.
Next item.
Moving back to the agenda, F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I've not been informed of any.
G, public comments.
Okay, are our lines open?
The lines are open and no emails have been received.
Thank you very much. And this is now time for public comment. If you have any questions or concerns or remarks you'd like to make at this time, either on Zoom or on the phone, please, or here in our chamber, you can speak up now and make those concerns known. Second call for public comment. If there's anyone that would like to make a comment this time, please do so. Okay, third and last call for public comments. Make your comment at this time, either on Zoom or on the phone if you like to. Hearing none, public comments, the public comment period is over. Next item.
Adjournment.
Support.
Properly moved by Commissioner Garza, supported by Commissioner Dobb. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? This meeting is adjourned.